Hey everyone, welcome to a live broadcast in the train room. Thank you for coming. I hope y'all been keeping up with the videos. Part 3 will be up sometime later on tonight. I'm still doing the final editing to it. But right now, I'm just going to do a little switching over here in East Side Yard. It's one thing I need to do real quick. What I'm going to do is set the automatic horn to these two engines. If I can remember what it was set to. Nope. There we go. All right, 1 second. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Jesus. All right, the automatic bell should. Automatic horn is set. Hey, Tom. Hey, Randy. Hey, Bruce. If I lose y'all, hold on. I'm trying to put this phone inside the holder, so bear with me for 1 second. There we go. A lot better. So in the video, I'm doing it at ground level because that's pretty much prototypical of switching. It's at ground level. So I want to give y'all a different experience. So, anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions about the part 1 and part 2? No questions about part one and part two, right? But then if there is no questions, I cannot believe this. So in part three, I'm gonna throw some stuff at y'all. Y'all probably never seen. So, like I said, hey Zane, I just set the automatic bell. If anybody want to know how to set the automatic bell for your engines, you put in code 198 at the value of 6. And then after that, 193 set it to 2, and then 194 set it to 6. That'll turn on and off the bell. Oh, hi, Grandma. Nice to meet you. Okay, I'm not going to stay on long. I say that all the time, but I end up staying over an hour. Haha. So the videos are self-explanatory about a lot of stuff. Alright on that. And my main goal is to y'all get a clear vision of what a prototypical day is on the railroad. Some of the stuff in the beginning I left, you knucklehead. Some of the stuff I left out, which was the group meeting session and all that. I want to do that on the bulletin board, the chalk whiteboard, and in the next series I'll do that, okay? If I lose power, it's because it's thunder and lightning outside. We're on a severe thunderstorm, and I'm expecting the power to go out. Hey, Ralph. Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you for coming, Grandma. Take care, Zane. All right. Now, I can't do too much because there's the train for part 3. Well, actually part 4. So the way the automatic horn works is every time I go in forward, I get 2 horns. Anytime I go in reverse, I get 3 horns. So I didn't know if I really want to do that, so I gave it a shot, and this is what the result is. All right. Can anybody tell me what they want to see? What they want me to do? This is y'all have the floor. I'm just gonna do some random switching right now because I really can't touch anything because of the video that's coming up in dang it, coming up in this yard over here sometime next week. I can't believe none of y'all have any questions whatsoever. That is shocking. Completely shocking. So in other words, what y'all trying to tell me is that y'all pretty much got this switching thing down. Is that what y'all trying to tell me? Is that basically what y'all telling me? Y'all got the switching thing down. Oh, okay. I forgot to line that switch up there. So there you go. Start asking. Everybody got the how to tie the hose and which car to close the angle cock on, correct? Everybody kind of got that down. Okay, so if I didn't get that. What was that again? My chat box disappeared. So are you referring to closing the angle cock on the end car or on the on a cut when you're making a cut? You always want to close the angle cock that you with the engine and the train is on. For example, let's take this out of here. Let's bring it down to ground level. We're going to take it down to ground level. All right. Let's shove this. Oh, God. Okay, say for instance, this is my my hand. This is the engine, and this is the train that he coupled to. If he's dragging out and he's going to make a cut, and he has air on this car, and he has air on this car, okay? If he making a cut here, He's going to close the angle cock on this car here. This car, the angle cock stays closed. You close it. The angle cock on this car, you keep open, because you're going to blow the air on this car. You understand what I'm saying? Are you referring to the video? To lock the brakes. Okay. To unlock the brakes. Is that what you're referring to? Let me go over everything. Let me just go over everything in detail with you real quick, okay? Let's bring it down. Put it back up here, so you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's see if I can understand what you're saying. Okay, we're gonna make a joint on this train. I'm gonna shove it down here in the clear. I don't like this car. It don't work real good. Take it off. What the hell? All right, we just made the joint on this blue car, okay? If this car, if the hoses are tied on this car, and the hoses are tied on this car, and the whole train has air on it, okay? This whole train has air on it now, because we tied the hose and we opened the angle cock. But we're going to grab a car. Let me get this down so you can see. We're going to grab this car, okay? The train has air on it, okay? But we're going to cut this. We're going to make a cut here. We're going to close the angle cock on this car. We're going to keep the angle cock open on this car to blow the air so that the wheels are locked down, okay? That's what I meant by blow the air. When you blow the air, the wheels are locked down, okay? When I make this uncouple, we're going to drag out. Okay, this whole train has air on it now, okay? Be mindful. If I open that angle cock right now, the train air will blow, okay? We will lose the air, and the train will lock down. The wheels will break. But if I close the angle cock and let the air build back up, it will release the brakes, and the train will roll, okay? Now, say for example, they dropped off these 3 cars, okay? They dropped off the 3 cars. The angle cock is closed on this car, okay? It's closed on this car. But they got the angle cock open on this end. That lets me know when I go and look and see the angle cock is open on closed, I need to inspect that train to make sure all the angle cocks are open. And this angle cock on this tank car is closed, okay? Be mindful what I said. They had the angle cock open on this car, but it was closed on this car. So I need to check and inspect the hoses on all 3 rail cars, okay? Once I get down here to the end, there's 2 things I'm going to do. Well, actually 3 things I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close that angle cock so that when the train is on, the air will blow, okay? The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to untie the brake. There's a little pin under there, under the flywheel, where you push that pin to either the left or the right, and it releases the flywheel brake. And the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the knuckle. So if I'm trying to make another joint, the knuckle will be open. When I do all three of those things, I'm going to walk back up here and then tie the air in. In other words, we're going to do that right now. I did that in the video, and I was kind of expecting some people get confused on that. Because every time before you put air on a train or open up an angle cock on any rail car, you make sure that the car that you're going to cut, the angle cock is cut to take with the train. The angle cock is closed, and the other angle cocks and hoses are tied. That makes sense to everybody? Do you understand that now? We're going to PLG. I'm sorry, guys. I lost my voice at the carnival. I got on one of the rides, and it scared the hell out of me. We're going to PLG, and we're going to shove. We're going to shove back to make a join. You got it now? Okay, we're going to go right back over what I just said. We make the join. We make the join, okay? Before I do anything, if there is another crew guy and I'm doing the expediting the train or whatever, he can walk down here and inspect the rail car to make sure the angle cock is closed. So before I open up the air on this rail car, this angle cock needs to be open. Okay, we're going to tie the hose first, and then we'll make sure that the angle cock is open on this car. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to walk down here and inspect the angle cocks and the hoses on here. Make sure the hoses are tied up, and then the angle cocks are open on both sides. Because the angle cock is always on the right side of the rail car if you're facing it. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whatever you face a rail car, it's on your right hand side. So the angle cock is over here, and then the angle cock is on the opposite side, on the other side of the knuckle, right next to the knuckle. After we do that, we're going to come down to the next rail car. We're going to inspect it and make sure that the hoses are tied. The angle cock is open on this side, and the angle cock is open on this side. And if there's any brakes tied up, check the brakes to make sure that the brakes are untied. The final one is the back end. We close the angle cock. You're going to close the angle cock for one thing. The second thing is you're going to untie the brake. And the third and final thing is open up the knuckle. Once you clear that, you can jump on it and ride it up to the top of the switch. Give the car count and ride up. Okay? I'm going to say engine 109. I'm clear of the red zone. We're going to drag up about 5 cars, top of the switch. He's going to drag up. There's the automatic horn. There's the bells. It's running a little slow. 3 cars. 2 cars. Car and a half. 1 car. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do. Okay? Next thing, let me blow it up a little bit. That's too much. Tried to blow it up just a hair. Can't do that. Alright. We're going to PLG. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take those cars and set them to track 2. We got a PLG 109. We're going to shove about 7 cars and make a cut. Three horns is for reverse, 2 horns are for the forward. Six cars. 5, 4, 3, 2, car and a half, 1 car, about a half, 20 feet, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do. We're going to red zone this, okay? We're in the red zone. Now, what I'm going to do, red zone, we're going to close the angle cock for 1. First thing, close the angle cock. Second thing, we're going to tie this car down. So I don't want it to move, even though it's going to be on air, but I still don't want it to move. We close the angle cock. We walk down here and we tie the brake on this car. Even though we're in the train yard, I'm just demonstrating how to tie a train down. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars we're going to tie down, okay? Next thing I do, I walk back up here. I'm going to lift the uncoupler bar on this car because it's on this side. Always remember, the uncoupler for the knuckle is always the opposite side of the ankle cock. Okay? So, we're going to lift the bar on this side, or I can lift the bar on the boxcar on the other side, but I'm always going to be on the outside. You always uncouple a rail car from the outside. So when you get in the clear, you walk this way off the tracks or somewhere in between. You never stand in the middle of the rail tracks. You either on one side of the tracks or you as far away from the from out of the red zone, okay? So we come up here on this car and we're gonna lift the uncoupler. Let me uncouple the car. Engine 109, I am clear of the red zone. We're going to drag about 4 cars to the top of the switch. $109, 3 cars. Give me 2. About a car and a half. 1 car. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do. 109. 109, I have a PLG. We're going to shove. We're going to shove about 4 cars and we're going to make a cut. One more thing. I think I did this in the video too. Before I cleared the red zone, when I was down in on the video, I opened up the knuckle. Okay? Always, 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 always make sure that the knuckle is open. Okay? So that when you make a join, you don't have to fight the knuckle. That the 2 knuckles are closed and all they do is smack one another on the face. You always want to have them open so that when you join, they lock in and the pin falls. All right. 109, give me 3 cars. 2 cars. Car and a half. 1 car. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do. Red zone. In this red zone, what I'm gonna do, it's the same thing. The same thing. You do the same thing over and over and over again. First thing, you close the ankle cock. Next thing, you're gonna come down here. You're gonna tie a brake. Always tie 1 brake when you're in the train yard. Doesn't matter, because they can shove on a brake. It's fine. Always remember safety first. We're gonna uncouple this car. We close the ankle cock. Engine 109, I am clear of the red zone. Drag about 2 cars, top of the switch. Car and a half. 1 car. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do. .109, I got a PLG. We're gonna shove. We're gonna shove about 5 cars. We're gonna make a join. 5 cars on a join. Give me about 4 cars. Three cars. Two cars. Car and a half. 1 car. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do. All right. This is where it gets a little interesting, because we're going to be dragging a train. We don't know if the ankle cocks are open or closed, okay? We don't know if they open or close. So what I'm going to do, wherever the air tank is, that's where the pin puller is. It's always on either side of the one end of the rail car. So it'll be on this side or this side, wherever the tank is. It's always on both sides. So I can be on this side and I can push it or pull it, and then on this side I can push it and pull it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push it in to release the air brakes. And then I got to check to make sure that the flywheel brake is not on. So I'm going to release the flywheel brake and make sure that it's not on. So first thing first, we'll check this rail car. We'll check this rail car. The flywheel brake is not on. The flywheel brake is not on here. The ankle cocks are open on both cars. So we're not going to worry about it. On this car, same thing. Flywheel brake, it's not on this end, but the car is tied with the hoses and the ankle cocks are open. I'm going to walk down here, same thing. This car has the flywheel brake on it. This car doesn't. This car is locked down. So I'm going to climb up here and untie that flywheel brake, okay? And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push the valve pin to release the air. Well, to put air into the tank to release the brakes. I'm going to also do it to this car too, because the air tank is on this end, so I'm going to release the brakes on this one. And then down here, same thing. Check to see if the angle cock was open or closed. The angle cock was all closed on this car, so I'm going to just leave it alone. I'm not going to worry about it. We already pushed the brake release pin. And then on this tank car, these two tank cars, I told you that the brake wasn't on. It was on this car. This car here, I told you the angle cock was open on this one. The angle cock is open on this one, and the brake is off. The brake is off. Down here is where we're going to get ready to make our cut, because this is our car we're going to take with us. We're going to take two tank cars. Yeah, I need to red tag it, but that's how I got it in eBay. I got that in eBay, and when I opened up, it was damaged, so I was like, oh well. This is our last car. We're going to close the angle cock on this car. Hey, what's going on, man? We're going to close the angle cock on this car. All right? And then we're going to make our separation. And we're going to make sure that that flywheel brake is off. The flywheel brake is off. So we're going to uncouple here. We're going to give our call 1148. I'm sorry, not 1148. Sorry. Engine 109. I am clear of the red zone. We're going to drag about 10 cars to the top of the switch. All right. Up. Wait. See? We got a problem here. We lost one of the cars because didn't make a join when they brought the cars in here. That happens. Trust me, it does. Thank goodness we don't have no air on this train. We're going to shove back. We're going to pin it up 10 feet. And that will do. I hit this car earlier and knocked it off. That's why. All right. The pin fell. We're going to give it a stretch to make sure. Sometimes a pin will fall and it didn't make the join. It happens, trust me. Or it'll fall, but it'll only go halfway down. So it happens, trust me. We're going to give it a stretch. The stretch is good. We're going to continue to drag out 9 cars, top of the switch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My car count is way off. I'm off by 3 cars. 109, give me 9 cars. I'm going to call it 9 now. Seven cars. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Car and a half. 1 car. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. That will do. Now, this is what we're going to do. Can anybody tell me what I did to that rail car when I made that cut? Can anybody tell me what I did? Was anybody paying any attention? Can anybody tell me? Anybody? No, I didn't open the knuckle. I just gave a clear and I just dragged the cards out. I didn't open the knuckle. Try again. All right, hold on, and I'm gonna demonstrate it to you in a minute. Then if anybody realize what I did, then just say I got it. Okay, just say I got it. Engine 109, I got a PLG. We're gonna shove back about 3 cards to make a join. Two cards. Card and a half. About 1 card. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do 109. Red zone. I don't have no air on this train. I closed the angle cock. I'm going to open the angle cock, and I'm going to open the angle cock, and I'm going to tie the hoses. Okay? Do everybody remember now? Someone say I got it. Nobody got it. You got it. Yeah, you always tie the hoses first. Then, but I don't have to worry about it, Randy. Reason why, there's no air on these cars. I didn't put the air on it. Remember, I pushed the pin release valve so that the cars will roll freely. So that's what I did. So there is no air on these cars. So all I have to do is, it doesn't matter what order I do it in, because there is no air. So what I'm going to do is open the angle cocks and then tie the hoses. And then I'm going to give the clear of the red zone, and I'm going to shove about 3 cars to make a cut, okay? But what I did is I closed the angle cock down there. You see? So everybody, always remember, whatever the last thing you did on that move down there, when we was down there, when I made that cut, that should be the first thing you do after you make the join, is to repeat, is to finish what you start, so that you don't forget, okay? Even though there is no air on this train, which is fine, but always remember, whatever the last thing. What? No. The valve release pin is only a one-time thing. Once you push that pin and release the brakes, the only way you can stop that train from rolling is to tie it down. Okay? Always remember, once you pull that pin, the only way you can tie that train down is to tie the brakes or put some air on it. And when you put the air on it, you blow the air by opening up the angle cock, okay? That's the only way. So we're gonna shove this back 3 cars to cut. Wrong way, her. Wrong way. Well, we gave a little stretch to make sure we had it. Two cars. car and a half, 1 car, about a half, 20 feet, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do, somewhere in there. Red zone. Like I said, we don't have no air on this train, so we don't have to worry about it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the valve, the uncoupler bar. Lift the uncoupler bar so that the knuckle will release. So I'm going to lift the bar by doing this. 109, drag about 3 cars top of the switch. Two cars. Car and a half. About 1 car. About a half. 20 feet, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do. Now I'm going to shove these cars back to where they belong. What I'll do is I'll just shove them into a cut. I'm not going to drag them all the way down because you never know when I'm going to need them again. So, 109, I got a PLG. We're going to shove about 6 cars to make a cut. 6 cars on a cut. Shove, Harold, shove. Wrong way. Give me 5 cars. 4. About 3 cars. 2 cars. 101. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. That will do. Red zone. Now, here is something I'm going to ask y'all, okay? What should I do on this? Be mindful, we pulled the pin on these cars. They rolling freely and we don't have no air. So what should I do? Can someone tell me what should I do? Yep. Yeah, I saw it the other day. So what should I do on this train? On these 4 cars? Can someone tell me what should I do? Because these 4 cars going to roll. There you go. There you go. That's what I was looking for, Bruce. Exactly. You're going to tie a brake on this car and on this car. The first 2 cars. We're not going to worry about the other 2. We're going to tie a brake on these 2 cars. Be mindful, the angle cock is closed on this car because we got air on this train, on these 5 box cars. Okay? So we're going to uncouple by lifting the uncoupling bar on this side because there's only one side. The other side is on the other side on down here. It's on opposite ends of the angle cock. Okay? We'll uncouple. We'll drag. We're going to drag about 4 cars top of the switch. Three cars. 2 cars. Car and a half. 1, about a half. 25, 4, 3, 2. That will do. Dang, lost the car count. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what I'm doing. I'm trying to build a train, but teach y'all at the same time, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to build a train and teach y'all at the same time. I didn't realize I was doing it until now. I apologize. 109, I got a PLG. We're going to shove back. We're going to shove back about... That's kind of funny. I'm sorry, guys. We got a PLG, and we're going to shove about 4 cars to make a join. Give me 3. Two cars. Car and a half. 1 car. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that will do. All right. Red zone. Okay, I'm finna ask y'all. We're gonna take these 2 hoppers. We're gonna take these 2 hoppers here. We're gonna take these 2. You got it? We're gonna take these 2 hoppers. Can someone tell me what should I do? We're gonna take these 2 hoppers. What should I do? How should I do this? How should I do the brakes and everything? Okay, if you walk the train, what are we walking for? What are we going to do when we walk the train, Ralph? You just can't say walk the train. I don't know what you're walking the train for. You could be walking a dog. I don't know. So what are you doing when you walk the train? If we made a join right here and we taking these 2 cars with us, what should we be doing? Okay, we're going to tie the holes. We got that down. All right. We're going to tie the holes on. We're going to tie the holes on what cars? All right, guys. The angle cock is closed on. I'm going to give you a hint. If the angle cock is closed on this car, and we taking these 2 cars, what should we do? Okay, the angle cock is already open on this car, Ralph. I take it nobody been watching the videos and studying the videos and watching them over and over again. It's pretty simple. I've already done this 3 times already. First thing you're going to do is you're going to tie the hose on this car. On these 2 cars, you're going to tie the hose. Okay? There you go. Now, what's the final thing you need to do? What's the final thing you need to do? There you go, Bruce. There you go. That's it. When you make the join, the first thing you do, you tie the hoses. You're going to walk down here and make sure the connection is good on these 2 cars. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to close the angle cock on the back hopper. Close the angle cock. If you got 2 people to help you, it's a little bit quicker. You walk back up here. You slowly open the air from the box car so that the air can go into the 2 hoppers to release the brakes. You can do 2 things. Now listen closely, because I didn't teach y'all this yet, but I'm going to teach it to y'all now. You could give a call to say 1148, drag 2 cars to make a cut. Instead of walking all the way down here to make this cut, bring the cut to you. I know. You're not going to use any brake handles. You don't use any brake handles on this. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the cut to us. I'm going to say 109. It's okay. It's okay. You're here to learn. I'm here to teach you. I'm going to say 109, drag 2 cars to cut. If I'm standing here, a car and a half. 1 car. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. That will do. Then I'm going to say 109 red zone. I'm going to close that. Make sure I close that angle cock again. Make sure it's closed on this car. I'm going to lift the knuckle release bar lever. The uncoupler lever. As I'm doing that, as I lift this up. Hey, Pedro. When I lift that bar up, I'm going to be on the radio saying 109, drag, 3 cars, top of the switch. $109, give me about 2 cars. Car and a half. 101. About a half. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. That will do 109. Now, want to know why I didn't give a clear the red zone? Hold on. Hold on. Bruce, thank you for... See, you caught... I did that in the video, in this upcoming video. I did that in the last video, but none of y'all caught that. None of you caught that. None of you caught that clear the red... Yeah. When you... Hold on. Okay. Everybody pay attention to this closely. Sometimes in the red zone, when you making an uncouple, what happens is when you making that bar, you can lift up on it, but sometimes it won't uncouple because the bar falls and the pin falls back down. Okay, so it locks back in. But when you in the red zone, you lift up on the bar, and at the same time, I give a call 109, drag about 3 cars top of the switch. He knows I didn't clear the red zone because I'm holding the bar up to uncouple the car. Okay? So in the red zone, sometimes you have to hold that bar up so that the car will uncouple. Bruce, that video you sent to me about that guy, about them in Arizona doing the switching at that company, look closely at that video. When he gives a call, he's still in the red zone because he's lifting up the bar. When he's lifting up the bar, he gives a call, drag or shove out 2 or 3 cars. So what he's doing, he didn't clear the red zone. What he's doing is holding up the bar so that the pin don't fall, so the cars are uncoupled. Everybody, does that make sense to everybody? Everybody got that? No, you don't have to tell him. He already knows that you're in the red zone because he didn't give the clear of the red zone. He knows you still in the red zone. So when you give the call to drag, he got to make sure it's in the dragging in the drag. Because if he goes the opposite direction, if he shoves while you still in the red zone, then it probably knock you back some. Because he probably forget that he got it in the reverse or the shove motion. Always remember. No. Not unless if that pin fall. Okay, say for instance, I'm pulling the pin, say for example, if I'm pulling that pin, the lever up, and then I let go of it. If I let go of it, 9 times out of 10, that pin is gonna fall back down, and it don't uncouple. So for me to make sure that pin stays up, I gotta hold that bar up, that lever up, and give the call to drag out. And then when he drags out, I'll instantly, when the knuckles release, I'm letting go of the bar and I'm getting out of the way because the air hose is gonna blow, and that air hose will swing like a mad crazy thing, and it'll swing so hard it will kind of reach you if you standing too close. So what I do is I'm gonna demonstrate right here, down here. Hold on, guys. I'm losing my voice. Sorry. I'm gonna stand right here. Hold on. Let me do this right here. I'm going to be standing right here. Oh, yeah, he'll know I'm not going to harm myself. Because when I tell him to drag, he better be dragging and not shoving, okay? Unless I'm going to be shoving in a different direction, I'm going to kick a car. For example, here. If I'm doing a kicking of a car, let's do this here. Now, this is how you kick a car. Before I even say anything, do anybody remember how do I kick a car? How do you kick a car? There's 2 ways. How do you kick a car? Anybody remember how to kick a car? Anybody? Nope. All right. If this train car has air on it, how do I kick it if it has air on it? How do I kick it if it has air on it? That was sort of a hint into a question. All right, Bruce, take care, man. Almost Tom, but no. Almost, you almost got it, but no. Listen to what I said. If this train has air on it, if it has air on it, how do I kick it if it has air on it? You said the first thing, but don't say the second thing. Just replace the first thing with the first thing to make it the second thing. If that makes sense to you. Pedro, where you at? Pedro? You too quiet? All right. If this train has air on it and I want to kick the car, we know that the angle cock is closed on this end. So I'm going to close the angle cock on that end of the car so that the brakes will not fall off. You get it? Everybody understand that? Always remember, if the train has air on it and you want to kick a car, you close the angle cock on this car and you close the angle cock on this car so that you don't blow the air. Close the angle cocks on both sides so that the car rolls. When you do that, you're going to ask for the engine to give you a nudge or pin it up. We always say pin it up, which is he's going to push the car slightly. When he does that, you're going to be lifting on the lifting on this side. Well, it's on this side, so you're going to lift on the lever, and as he shove, you release it, and he's going to stop on the brakes, which kicks the car. So in other words, what happens is this. As to it. As he gives a nudge, you standing right there and you lift up on the bar as you giving a nudge. When he stops and the car release, you can let go of the lever and get the heck out of the way. And the car will roll. Okay? That's how you kick a car with the air on it. When the car makes a join, don't worry about opening up the don't open up the angle cocks. Reason why is if you open up the angle cocks, it's gonna blow, the air will blow and it'll hit you in the knee. Trust me. I done got hit in the knee, in the shin, almost in my balls. It ain't nice, dog. It ain't nice. So always remember, don't open up the angle cocks. Okay? Don't open up the angle cocks. To do one without the air, this is what you do. And I've done this before. Pretty simple. We're going to shove. I'm going to close the angle cock on the box car. Let's shove these out a little bit. I'm going to close the angle cock on the boxcar, and I'm going to lift up on the lever, okay? When I lift up on the lever and give it a nudge, what's going to happen is the air is going to blow. Reason why is because I didn't close the angle cock on this hopper. The angle cock is closed on this end, but it's not closed on the other end. So I locked up the brakes, so the car won't roll. But the way the car will roll is that if I come down here and push the valve release pin, the air release pin, which is going to suck up air and open up the brakes. And once you do that, this car will start slowly rolling. It will roll if it's on an elevated hill. And it's going to start rolling. And when it rolls, it's going to kick. Well, that's your kicking of a car. Okay? Then, we know that the angle cock is open on this end, okay? The angle cock is open up on this end. We have a full car that has air on it. The way to blow the air on this car so that it don't hit you. What do you mean, oh no? Oh no what? Oh no what, Randy? Oh no what, Randy? Did I say something wrong? Which I know I didn't. He'll tell me in a minute. Anyway, to blow the air on this car so it don't hit you and do it safely. Oh, it's buffering? Oh, okay. Sorry. Is you're going to tie the hoses, okay? You're going to tie the hoses first. The next thing you're going to do, we know that the angle cock is open on this car and the angle cock is closed on this car. We're going to open the angle cock on this car. Okay? And then we're going to just open the angle cock up quickly. And we don't care because the hoses are tied. And where the air is going to go, the air is going to blow out of this end of the air hose. Okay? So that it don't hit you. And that is the two ways of kicking a car and blowing the air without it hitting you. So, does that make sense to everybody? Everybody got it? All right, I'm going to take a break because it's in fact it's starting to buffer. Is it still buffering real bad? Is it still buffering real bad, guys? Tell me something. Okay, what I'm gonna do, okay guys, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go get the other phone and then I'm gonna reset it because we've been on for over an hour. Okay, I'm finna change over to another phone that lets me know that this battery is getting low. And I'll be right back in a few minutes, okay? I'll be back in a few minutes with a new phone, all right? I'll be right back.